But now we're going to write the numbers in standard notation. So what is standard notation? So this is when you're given a number in scientific notation and you write the original number. So you're given the number like we've been writing it for the last few minutes, and you want to turn it back into the original form, the one without the exponent, without the times 10, how it should look. So like the first one here, we have 1.23 times 10 to the 5th. They converted it to 123,000. The next one, 1.248 times 10 to the negative 6th. Well, now that, in standard notation, is 0.00001248. So how do we convert to standard notation? Well, our first step is going to be to figure out if our number is going to be bigger or smaller than 1. And we do this by looking at our exponent. So if our exponent is positive, that means our number is going to be bigger than 1. If our exponent is negative, that means our number is going to be smaller than 1. So once we've figured out if our number is going to be bigger or smaller than 1, now we need to move the decimal place. And we're going to move it the same number of spaces as our exponent. So if our exponent says 8, we're going to move it 8 spaces to the right. If our number says -2, then we're going to move our decimal 2 spaces to the left. So if our exponent is positive, move the decimal to the right. If our exponent is negative, move it to the left. So after you've moved the decimal, you've figured out if your number should be bigger or smaller than 1, your number should now be in standard notation. Once you've moved the decimal, your number should be where it needs to be. So let's try this one. First step, figuring out if our number is going to be bigger or smaller than 1. Well, our exponent is positive, so that means our number is going to be bigger than 1. So we're going to write that. We should have a number that's bigger than 1. Okay, next step, moving the decimal place. Remember, if the exponent's positive, move the decimal to the right. If it's negative, move it to the left. Well, in this case, the exponent is positive. So we're going to move the decimal to the right. And we need to move it the number of spaces that matches the exponent number. So we need to move this 8 spaces. So let's move it 8 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our decimal place is here. Now we need to fill in the zeros, and our standard notation number is 612,300,000. So that, I know it seems kind of complicated. You have to remember which ways to move the decimal places with both scientific and standard notation. If you make sure to write those things down in the notes, after practice and practice and practice, you'll eventually be able to get the hang of it. So now let's do some more practice. I always love practice. Okay, first one. Number going to be bigger or smaller than 1? Well, our decimal point is negative, so that means it's going to be smaller than 1. And since our decimal point is negative, that means we're going to move our decimal to the left. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Decimal point over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 zeros. So our number is 6123. 0.00006123. Okay, try the next one. Exponent is positive. That means the number is going to be bigger than 1. And we're going to move the decimal point to the right 3 spaces. So let's do that. Move it to the right 3 spaces. And I have a 0, so our number is actually 2,480. All right, so if you think you have the hang of this and you want to try it by yourself, now is the great time to pause the video and go ahead and try it, and then come back for the answers when you're done. Otherwise, we're going to continue on. All right, next one, 6.123 times 10 to the 6th. Our decimal point, our exponent is positive, means we're going to move it to the right, and we're going to have a number bigger than 1. So we have to move our decimal to the right 6 spaces. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fill in your zeros. Rewrite your numbers so that it looks pretty. Add your commas. Well, we have 6,123,000. Let's do the next one. Looks like our exponent is negative, so our number is going to be smaller than 1, and it means we're going to move our decimal point to the left. All right, 1.8, move it to the left 4 spaces because our exponent has a 4. 2, 3. Fill in your zeros. Now our number is 0.00018. Let's do the next one. Our exponent is negative, means it's going to be smaller than 1, means we're going to move it to the left, and we're going to do that, and we're going to move it 6 spaces to the left. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now fill in your zeros. Okay, our number is now 0.00000306. All right, try the last one. Exponent's positive, means the number is going to be bigger than 1, and we're going to move the decimal point to the right, and we're going to move it 5 spaces to the right. So let's do that. Now our number is 135,000. All right. Hopefully by now you've got the hang of this and you're feeling pretty confident with converting numbers to scientific notation and to standard notation. If not, you can find plenty of practice online, and I will even link a practice worksheet that you guys can do in the resource section in the modules. So finally, let's do some recap. So remember, scientific notation is just a short way to write really big or small numbers. If the exponent's positive, move the decimal to the right. If the exponent's negative, move the decimal to the left. With standard notation, we take the scientific notation number and write the original number. So this was just a broad overview recap. We talked about so much in this lesson. Make sure if you're still struggling to go back and write down the how-tos, because those will be a really big help for this. All right. If you have any questions, write them down in your journals, or please email me and text me. I know this is a tough lesson. Otherwise, have a great day.